stencil that I have here, I picked this up from Hobby Lobby. It wasn't exactly what I was looking for, but out of everything they had to offer, this was the one that I liked the best. And so what it is it's a design, and right here in the middle it says, family where life begins and love never ends. And then it's got some little swirly stuff here on the end. So I was looking for more of a design, not so much words. I was looking for a picture or some type of art, but I couldn't find anything. So I'm going to go with this. Very nice packaging, by the way. And if you go back to my video on Every Boy Needs a Hero, you'll hear my 2 cents on packaging. But I do have to commend them on the packaging here. Very nice. It's pretty, and it's probably worth more than the actual sticker here. But I won't get on my soapbox today. Here we have the sticker. It looks like it's a 3-piece sticker. We've got the letters here. We've got the big family here. And then we've got the 2 designs, and I'll have to go in and cut these out. So now I have to see exactly how I want to place these on the fire pit. When I spray it down, I don't have the solution falling down due to gravity and getting up underneath the sticker. I'm going to lay this over on its side. Now I'm going to figure out exactly how I want to place the stickers. I'm very big on things being symmetrical, and if they are intended to not be symmetrical, I'm very big on them being properly placed off the center. And so by doing that, I want this to be in the center. So we are about 49 inches here. And so half of that puts us at 2 feet and a half inches. And so the center of this design is probably going to be on the center of this family. So family has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 letters in it. And to be halfway from those 6 letters, you'd be in the middle of the M and the I here. But because of this design, that doesn't put you exactly symmetrical with it. So if we measure this out, that's about 12 inches. And so 12 inches right in the center puts us at 6 inches. So I'm going to go ahead and mark that at 6 inches so I know where the center of this sticker is. And if we're at 2.5 inches, 2 feet and 1/2 inches for the center of this, puts our center point right there. I'm going to mark that as well. Now, if you want to go up and down, you have to determine the placement of this sticker and then the overall length. Which is about 10 inches. So 5 inches will be the center point of that. I'm going to mark that as well. That's right here. And so if this is our center point on the sticker, we're 18 inches tall. So 1/2 of 18 is going to be 9. And I'm going to mark 9 inches right here. So there we go. We have the stencil laid out. And it takes up most of the center here. And so, as I said before, I'm going to have an issue with the mill scale. I'm not quite sure what to do about that just yet. For the meantime, what I'm going to do is I'm going to outline this with the marker so that I know where the stencil is. Okay, so I have a couple of options. I can just remove the mill scale that's within the outline, or I can remove the mill scale from this entire piece right here. I'm not sure exactly what direction I want to go. I'm going to have to think about it for a little bit. So I thought about it, and what I think I decided to do is to remove the mill scale within a circumference of the lettering and almost create like a halo effect, almost as if it was glowing. And so what I'm going to do is I've got this old case here with a string on it. I'm going to use my marker inside of this loop here, and I measured out exactly the ends so that it would be symmetrical. It's 11 inches from both ends, and I'm going to use this string to build a circumference around the design here. So I have my middle point here, my middle point here. And I'm going to use this to book me a round reference line. Okay, I got my reference line here. It's a little hard to see, but you can see right here on the edge. Just goes right around. It's perfectly round. And I'm not gonna come straight to this edge. I'm actually gonna come a little bit past it and make this halo effect. that was some work. Okay, here's what it looks like so far. I still gotta clean up these edges a bit and smooth it out. Hurt. And that is why you always have to be on guard when you're working with industrial equipment, because you never know what's going to happen. I did have my safety glasses on. I didn't have any gloves on, but my hands didn't get hit. So what happened was this rubber piece that actually holds this sand disc onto the tool, it broke. And so you can see here where it came off. And here's a piece of it that I found. What happened was this flew off and it actually hit me in the side of the leg. Good thing I had some pretty durable jeans on, but this, it didn't feel very good. I'll probably have a bruise there in the morning, but you can see this piece that came off and hit me in the leg. That's why you got to be very careful anytime you're dealing with equipment, because that could easily hit you in the face or somewhere else that's pretty sensitive, and you just got to be careful. So lesson learned. This thing is pretty old. I need to replace it, and I probably need to do a better job of inspecting my my equipment before I use it. Here is the finished product. You can see I grounded all the mill scale off the center here. I kind of created this halo effect. Hopefully it'll turn out nice. I don't know, we'll see. But you can see how much work went into actually just grinding this piece off. I'd really hate to have to do the whole thing. The alternate is if I had a sandblaster, I could sandblast it. That's probably the best way to do this, but I don't have a sandblaster, so gonna go this route and we'll see how it looks. Okay, now I'm ready to apply the patina to the metal. And step number one, degreaser. Gonna clean it up and degrease the area.
my mama late. He died a long time ago.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, them called the pasta.
Oh, okay.
A man used to work it. Another man used to work it. He died before he ate the Sunday.
Oh, okay.
You got a face, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I get in and I go home.
Okay. All right, step number 2, paint thinner. Step number 3, muriatic acid. Well, I can definitely smell that stuff when I take my mask off. And if you look at the chemical reaction it does to the concrete, they use muriatic acid a lot to clean concrete with. And you can see how it instantly has a reaction to the concrete. It's actually etching that concrete there. But you can see just how super clean it got the metal here. And even this edge that was rusted, all the rust has now deteriorated and there is no more rust. It's actually going to make a really cool looking effect once this is done. The only thing now is I got to make sure that the tape is going to stick properly to it. So I'm going to get a piece of tape and make sure that it sticks and adheres to this metal. No, that's not quite what I need. So, I'm going to go back over it with some thinner. Like I said, that acid puts a film on it, and that film is actually not allowing the tape to stick properly. But I think the metal is properly etched, and now that I can go back over it with this thinner, it'll take that film off, and I'm thinking it may actually come out a little bit better. Once you have it clean like this, you want to make sure you don't touch it with your hand. You've got oils on your hands that could cause it not to work properly. Okay, that's much better. Now it's time to apply the sticker. I've got these instructions here. And basically what it says is you lay the sticker on there. It's got two layers of paper on it. You peel the first layer off, and then you use the spreader to lay everything down properly. And then once it's down where you want it, you peel the second layer off. So I'll give it a shot. Okay, on this lettering you can see you've got this layer on the top and this layer on the bottom, and then you've got the actual sticker right there. And so what you do, here's my reference marks. It's the center of that one, the center of this one. I peel this bottom layer off, and then I will lay this top layer on, line it up with my reference marks. I'll use the spreader to lay everything down flat, and then once it's done, I will peel off this top layer. Okay, now I'm ready to peel off the top layer of tape there. If this doesn't come out perfect, it's okay. I want the letters to look like they were on there probably like 100 years ago. So it doesn't have to be perfect. I just want it to look like they were on there at some point and that you can actually make out what it says. You want to be very careful that when you're lifting this, that you're only lifting the top layer and that you're not lifting the actual letters. So you want to do it very slow. And if you see a letter start to lift, you want to lay it back over and then make sure that it adheres to the metal properly. See, like I've got a piece right here. It didn't quite get down. And this type of stencil is actually made for your wall. And I generally like to pull it at an angle. If you pull it at an angle, it's a little bit easier on the lettering than it is pulling it straight off. Okay, now it's time for our second stencil here. Okay, here it is. Got the stencil on there. We got the mill scale grinded off. Stencil's on there pretty nicely. It's not a bad looking stencil. Now it's time to apply the hydrogen peroxide, and hopefully this thing will patina over pretty smoothly. Okay, on my hydrogen peroxide, if you remember that we want to add salt, and it says about a tablespoon of salt is what you want to add. So I'm just going to eyeball it. It's not real critical. So there we go, there's the salt. Now I'm going to pour in my hydrogen peroxide. Okay, got that. Got it closed up. I'll give it a good shake. And I'm just going to spray it on. I'm not going to wipe it in. I don't want to smear it. I want an even, consistent spray on it. So I'll give it a test spray here. So I think I'm going to go with that. And now I'm going to get my heat gun ready. Okay, here we go. Looks like it's working pretty good. I'll let you get an up-close look here. As I start to heat it, you can see as it dries off, you can see this dry area creeping up. And that will be the final look of the patina. I'm really liking this glossed over look though. I'm halfway debating if I shouldn't add a clear coat over it. I had planned to add a matte coat over it, a matte clear, just to preserve the patina. If you don't do that, you run the risk of the patina washing out. You also run the risk of the patina taking over and becoming so strong that you lose the design. And so you could put a matte finish over it, but we'll see. I don't know. I'm really liking the clear look. Once I get it all done, I'll see how the final product looks with the patina on it. Here is the fire pit after it had a chance to sit overnight, and I am very happy with the outcome. I did have a little help from Mother Nature. Yesterday it was about 60 degrees here in the shop. It was a nice day, and a lot of people outside doing some yard work. So it was a great day to be in the shop. However, today it's 30 degrees below, and we got about 3 inches of snow overnight. So I haven't talked about where I'm located at, but this is the great state of Oklahoma, and you can see 60-degree weather, overnight 3 inches of snow. So welcome to Oklahoma. But with that, I couldn't have asked for a better day to finish up the fire pit project and to actually get to use it. So I got a bundle of wood, and I'm going to throw it in there, and I'm going to test this thing out. One of my concerns is you can see how quickly this fire pit rusted over, and it's a very nice look. I'm really happy with it. But I am concerned that the rusting process will take over. Seeing how drastically it rusted overnight, this could rust and begin to deteriorate the metal and eat at the metal, and I don't want that to happen. So I'm really going to have to think strongly about putting a coating on this. The other issue with that is that a coating, clear coat, can only take so much heat. And so I'm going to go ahead and test it out, put a bundle of wood in here, and see how hot the outside walls get. Because if I put a clear coat on it, it could actually just burn the clear coat off. I don't think it's going to get that hot on the edge of the walls. I would speculate how hot it's going to get right here on the top of the base. But I'm going to go ahead and throw some wood in there and try it out. The last thing I also have to do is, you can see our stenciling there. I haven't removed the sticker, and so I'm real anxious to get the stencil off of there and see if it properly protected the backside of this metal here. If it did do its job, when I pull that stencil off, it's going to be shiny, bright metal behind that stencil, and you should be able to clearly make out exactly what it says. So pretty excited to get that off of there and take a look. All right, here's a big moment. Time to take the stencil off. My weapon of choice is a kitchen knife and a razor blade. So I'm going to start on this bottom corner here and peel this piece off. So it seems a little tough, which is a good thing. It means it's adhered well to the metal. All right, it looks like it worked. I'm seeing some shiny metal poking through. So there it is. I'm very happy with the outcome of that. Word on the wise is don't get small letters unless you're ready to put some time in. That was pretty painstaking. In YouTube time, that probably is about 20 seconds worth of work, but I actually spent about a good 40 minutes trying to get all those letters off. I also had to take a break in between because my legs are cramping from being so close to the ground and on my knees on this concrete floor. So I had to take a break in between, but I'd say it was well worth it. I'm really happy with the outcome. I'm really happy with the patina, with the process. The starburst or the halo effect that I was going for came out better than I expected. You can't even tell that I actually removed the mill scale from that area. You can see some type of a design, you can see an effect there, but you can't tell that I actually did it intentionally, and that's the look that I was going for. So I'll give you an up-close view here. All right, well, I think that's gonna be it for the fire pit project. I'm gonna go ahead and get some firewood in it and light it up and give it a try. I'm gonna debate if I want to clear coat it or not. I'm still debating on that, so I'll think about that, and I may let it set for a few days and see how the patina comes over it. It will get stronger over the next few days. The longer you leave it out, it'll become more prominent. So I'm gonna let it set and see how it does before I make the decision to put some clear coat over it. There it is, ready for its first burn. I even got a little bit of a scenic view there in the background. You can see the firewood fits in there pretty nicely. I've got room for a few more. I was afraid that it might not be deep enough, but it looks like it's a pretty good depth. I wanted it to be deep enough to hold the wood and contain the wood from falling out, but not too deep to where the fire didn't protrude the top of the table to where you could actually see it. I didn't want the fire to actually be inside the table where you couldn't see it unless you were right up on it. I wanted to be able to see the fire from a distance, and I think I'm going to be able to achieve that effect. So the fire's burning nice and hot now, so I thought I'd give you another look of the first burn. So I thought I'd get out my country furniture and enjoy the finished project. So I'm pretty happy with the outcome. It's not exactly how I envisioned it when I first started, but I think it came out better than what I thought. And I want to thank the viewers for your ideas. Keep them coming. I'd like to hear more ideas of things that we could build in the shop. Now, a reminder again about how this channel works is the F8N projects that I build, I put those up for sale, and whatever money I generate from those, I'll then use the profits to purchase the raw material, the scrap material, or the new stock for the next project. And those projects are going to come from you. They're your ideas, and whatever ideas you've got that is within the budget of the account, then I will consider which one is the best option for me to make here in the shop. For this fire pit, I think I'm going to list this for about $300. I don't know exactly what they go for. I think that's a good ballpark range, and we'll see what I end up getting out of it. So thanks again for all your comments. Please click like, share, and subscribe. Look out for my upcoming videos, and tell your friends about me. Thank you for watching Fabrication Nation.